Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for taking the time. And I know I say this every single week. If we can just give me 1 second, if we can go into the slides, that would be great. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so let me back up for a second. It's a very exciting time for us, first of all, right? Here we are last month of 2024, super excited to close out the year and ready to start the new year. I just feel like we're all in a much better place, especially compared to a year, 2, 3, 4 years ago. Right? It's been a crazy last few years. We've been dealing with, as you know, COVID and a bunch of other things I won't get into right now. But the bottom line is we're all insurance agents and we need to go out there and move the needle and get the word out to give us a chance to share our stories, open doors, create more sales, help more families, in turn, helping yourself and your own family, right? That's the name of the game. And it's our job, right, as the IMO, if you look at the 100-foot overview, the carriers go after the IMO, and the IMO, right, we need to go out and support, service our agents, create this ultimate five-star Ritz-Carlton experience, which we try to do for each and every agent. And on top of that, that great customer service, we need to provide great platforms, technology, right? And what we used 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, it's dinosaur now. It's ancient. Okay. So we have to constantly reinvent ourselves, and you as the agent have to do the same thing. Why? Because your prospects, your consumers, they want to communicate with you in different ways now than they did 3 years ago and 5 years ago. Okay. And with this new AI, artificial intelligence, and new text campaigns and auto dialers and e-blasts, right? Things have changed quickly. And I'm not saying that you have to be a Bill Gates and you have to be a Elon Musk and constantly, spend billions of dollars and hundreds of millions on marketing platforms. No, no. The bottom line is you sit back, focus on selling and helping your customers. Okay. We're out there speaking to different vendors, right? We're kicking the tires to say, oh, this new AI platform, does this work? Is it relevant for agents? Will this help them make more sales? We're doing a lot of the dirty work in the trenches, and then we're coming to you and saying, great news, Bobby, Jimmy, Shirley, we have this new platform, right? We have 10 pilot agents using it, and they love it, and they've made new sales because of it. So here, check this out. This is a negotiated, discounted price we worked out for you. Give it a shot, okay? And that's how we came to today's presentation and this third-party company called Ringy, okay? It actually started a few years ago for us. It's a small world, and it turns out I have one of my best friends, right, is very close with the CEO's uncle, okay, just like that. And they made the introduction to us, and the rest is history. So it's been a great story. We've had a lot of success using this platform. And, you're probably saying to yourself, Bill, I'm here to learn. I want to move the needle. I want to get the word out to more people, make more sales. And that's exactly what we're going to focus on. But it's important for you to just take a step back for a second. And I know I'm diving deep quickly, but I want you to understand what this platform is about and what the potential is here if you're willing to dive in. And by the way, we're not saying, oh, for $99.99 a month, you have to sign here and you commit to a 10-year contract. It's not about that. In fact, we don't make any money on this. There's even a free trial, okay, for Levinson agents. So there's no membership program. It doesn't work like that. If you make more sales, you win and we win, right? And then the carriers win. We know how that works. So just take a step back and think about this for a second, okay? And as I'm speaking, and Carlos, our main presenter, is on as well, but as we're all speaking, use that Q&A box because I want to make sure everybody is comfortable, okay? Because I know technology-wise, some people are at on a 1 to 10, a 10 scale. Some are at a 2 or 3. That's okay. Some of you are 19 years old. Some of you are in your 70s and 80s, and that's okay. But type away questions as we go. Okay. JC is hosting today. And JC, just so you know, is very comfortable with Ringy. He's in house here at the Levinson home office. So you can call him, email him after we're done here if you want. If you need more info or if you're already using Ringy, you want to use some of our campaigns, whatever it is. Okay. Use him as a resource. Okay. So taking a step back for a second. Okay. And I want you to picture how this could be useful for you. Okay. If you're a GA, if you're an agent, all the above. We're an IMO, as you know. Okay. And our challenge has always been, if we go back to pre-COVID, before Ringy came along, pre-COVID, let's say, right? 2018, 2017. Okay. We're sitting here in the office, right? 24 employees, and we're saying, okay, we have over 20,000 agents, let's say 7-8 years ago. Okay. And out of the 20,000 agents, maybe 20-30% are writing good business. Okay. How do we get the word out to the other thousands of agents, right? Do it efficiently in a timely manner and make sure that we get a chance to get them on a phone call to share the story. Same exact analogy, right? That you should be using for consumers or your network or friends or family. Okay. How do you get the word out to more people? Because you know you're the agent, right, with the claim to fame, best personality in the world. And you know, as soon as you get Johnny on the phone or Shelly at Starbucks at 7 a.m. on a Tuesday, you're going to make the sale every time. Okay. You know that. But how do you get the word out to that many people? Hundreds of people, thousands. If in our case, it was over 20,000 people. Okay. Same concept. So long story short, what do? We partnered up with Ringy. Okay. Not to sell on a retail level, but to service and recruit more agents, not only in Florida, but all over the U.S. Okay. There's 1 million agent space, just under 1 million licensed agents in the brokerage space today. So how do we get the word out, not only to our own agents, but the other 980,000? Okay. So what do? We set up Ringy. And now in fact, you probably received a message from Ringy, right, for our campaigns. And what we do is we call the agent, we text the agent, we email the agent to say, oh, hey, Bobby, Shelly, Shirley, great news. We have a $100 first app contest. You get $100 cash with your first application with Levinson. Okay. And then we come up with a different campaign. Maybe it's, we just added a new carrier and product to Insure Me Now Direct that has instant issue capability, even guaranteed issue on Insure Me Now Direct. Click here if you want more info. Okay. So the bottom line is what we're doing is we're hitting our agents from every different corner that we can. And if they want to communicate by text, we have a text line. If they love email because they're always busy, they're on the road, they love the voice email, great. We communicate by email. If they're old school and they love the handset, okay, we have an auto dialer feature. Okay, and by the way, JC mans all this for all of us in the office. Okay, but what happened when we started utilizing Ringy in 8 to 12 weeks, so 2 to 3 months? What was the turnaround? So the turnaround was, instead of 20-30%, all of a sudden our percentage went up to 40-45%. Okay, why? Because we got the word out quickly and effectively. So you're going to be doing the same exact thing, but it's with all of your consumers, prospects, friends, family, neighbors, to get the door open and share your story. You don't have to hire an assistant full time to sit there all day long. Okay, that's how I would look at Ringy. You go out and do your thing, set it and forget it, autopilot, right? And boom, next thing you know, your phone is blowing up with text messages saying, oh, I'm interested in a return of premium, free life insurance. I get all my money back. This sounds great. Or I'm interested in an annuity that pays 5% income for life or whatever it is. Okay. We have all these different campaigns, but you got to get the word out effectively. And I know there's hundreds of systems that do the texting or the auto dialer or the email blast. I get it. but there's only one that was built for insurance agents by insurance agents that does all the above, especially at the discounted rate that we negotiated with Carlos and Brad, okay, years ago for you all. Okay, it's like Costco versus the neighborhood grocery store. Okay, enough of my ranting. I want to make sure Carlos has plenty of time to present. We're going to do a question at the end of the webinar. Whoever answers first incorrectly wins. We have Apple AirPods and the new Fire HD 8 tablet. Okay, just in time for the holidays. So AirPods and the Fire HD tablet. Let's jump right in here. What I want to do first is talk about what's number one to me, closest thing to me, and that's about giving back, okay, doing the right thing. And if we can go there, perfect. Okay, and as you know, every month, right, we work with a company, a charity, an organization, Breast Cancer Awareness Month, October, my birthday month. We made a donation. In fact, we shared through our Ringy pipeline to all of our agents. We did a luncheon. We had a nice day here at the office, and then, of course, made the donation, and that's based on your behalf, our employees' behalf. So everybody makes this possible for us. Of course, we're in December. It's the holiday time, Christmas, Hanukkah, New Year's around the corner. We are a silver sponsor for the Toys for Tots Toy Rally, which is this Saturday. We're collecting toys here in the office, and then we also write a check for this charity, and it would never be possible if it wasn't for you all. Bottom line, plain and simple, okay? And that's a picture right there at the Goodyear Blimp Station, which will be our destination point on Saturday. We'll share pictures next week. But I just wanted to say, again, thank you from my heart, because without giving back, I mean, I feel like we're nothing. You know, if you're out there making a difference, helping families, helping your own family, that's wonderful. Kudos to you. But we all know you got to do, and it doesn't have to be financially motivating for you or whatever it is, right? You could put in volunteer work and hours, right? It doesn't have to be based on dollars and cents. But anyway, you got to do something to keep moving forward and giving back. Let's go to the next slide. What I want to talk about next is shifting gears, speaking about our great agents, right, that have been there for us. We do the same for you. I always say that Ritz-Carlton 5-star service, right? That's our promise to you all. 99% of the time, I feel like we provide that great service. And for the 1% of the time, if there's a problem, maybe there's an issue at a carrier level, me and Carrie are there to jump in. Call us, email us, and we will do what we can to turn that around. On the top, Manny, he says, thank you so much for all that you do. You guys are amazing. He left this on our Facebook page. We appreciate that. That's everything to me, my family, our staff, which is an extended version of our family. Please keep sharing these things. It's on our Google reviews page, also our Levinson Facebook page. And if you share, we send you an IUL prospecting book on us. Okay, so JC is hosting this call, as you know. This was from Agent Greg. He just sent this in within the last week. JC spent the time to make sure things were correct and even handled all of this after hours, a real asset for any agent working with him. You know, these days, I feel like customer service, especially in our business, has kind of gone out the window. Everything is thrown overseas now, or to virtual call centers, whatever it is. You have to jump in. You got to be there, not only for us, it's for our agents, but you for your clients. And yes, if you're open 9 to 5:30, wonderful. Okay, but when you go the extra mile and people realize that, you create not just customers, raving fans, okay, that aren't going to go anywhere else as long as you're there and you pick up the phone. Okay, so anyway, love to see that. Kudos to JC, and thanks again to you all. Let's keep moving forward. The Expo is our big powwow for the year. Every single year we have this on the sand in Deerfield Beach at the Hilton Embassy Suites Resort. And I promise you, every year we're going to make it bigger, better, different. 2025 is going to be very, very different. And here's why. Okay, and I'm going to just give you a few little tidbits. Number one, jot down the date. It's April 11th. Make sure you RSVP as soon as we hang up. And we're going to, in fact, include a registration link in our thank you email that you'll have tonight. But we are capped at 300 agents because of fire code. So make sure you RSVP. It's free for everyone. Breakfast, lunch, snacks, networking lunch, keynotes. In fact, Ringy will be there as well. Also, first time ever, we have an annuity keynote speaker. A lot of you know Mr. Charles Samuel, one of my favorite annuity coaches in the business. Okay, so this was just announced. Also, on the annuity side, we are doing double credit. Okay, if you want to qualify for a free beachfront suite, a round trip airfare. Okay, all life and annuity premium counts, but we're doing double credit on the annuity side until the 31st of this month. Okay, so make sure you get in those annuity apps. And then even if you only write life, that's fine too. Top right corner will show you exactly what is required for the beachfront suite and then round trip airfare starting at $30,000, and then it goes up from there. Let's keep moving forward. I have just 2 more slides, and then Carlos is going to take the wheel. So real fast, what I want to mention is our newsletter. Okay, so this is important. It's not just any old newsletter. Every carrier, product, platform, okay, anything new, hot, anything maybe that was discontinued, everything will be posted inside of this 411 newsletter, okay? And we get it. We have over 90 carriers now, thousands of products on all sides, supplemental products, annuities, life. Literally, it's over 1,000 products. It's impossible for you to surf over 100 different websites to find out what's the latest and greatest. So everything is here. It's emailed to you every other week. If you're not receiving it, let me know. It means we have your incorrect email address. So we want to make sure that you are opening these and just checking out even maybe a handful of carriers that you're appointed with, whatever it is. Okay, but you need to know what's going on. The last thing you want to do is talk about a product that's no longer available for sale, maybe in your state, or maybe, who knows, could be in every state in the country. But you got to know what's new, what's hot, and what's going on in the industry. Let's keep moving forward. What I want to talk about next is cash. We all love these giveaways. Okay, so we have a few going on right now. Number 1 was that double annuity credit until the 31st. Number 2, okay, SureBridge on the brokerage side is going away this year. Okay, so Surety Life is a great replacement company. Okay, they have products as good, if not better. So does Manhattan Life. What we're doing here is a surety. We're giving you $100 with your first application. And also keep in mind, a surety and Manhattan Life are both on Insure Me Now Direct. So that means you can literally run into someone tonight at the supermarket, pull out your smartphone. You can run a quote. They can apply right there on your phone, their tablet, whatever. Okay, get an instant decision. Print and save their policy or email. Okay, you're done. You just literally went through the whole insurance underwriting process in less than 12 minutes. Surety's on there. Manhattan Life is on there. Banner's on there. Guaranteed Issue Gerber is on there. Okay, we're adding to this literally as we speak. So you're going to see some new carriers and products launching in 25. So $100, left-hand side, $500 bonus. Okay, that's with 5 apps on the platform. And then top left, same exact thing, $100 bonus with your first Manhattan Life app. Okay, so give it a shot. The reason why we're doing this is we know once you go through the process once, you see how easy this is for your client, okay, which they can also do on their own at 2 a.m. while you're sleeping. It doesn't matter, okay, and you're still getting full commission and renewals on most products, okay, and you're still agent of record. So it's a win-win-win. I know once you do this one time, you'll be off to the races. You'll say, I wish I knew about this 7 years ago, 5 years ago. Okay, now you know about it. You got to give it a shot. If you want to get set up, let JC know. Okay, this is my final slide here. And then I'm going to turn it over to Carlos. So I'm going to give you just a quick 50-foot overview. Carlos and Bradley work very close together. Carlos is our point of contact. What's so interesting about him, he knows the tech side. And as much as he knows about technology, he knows about the insurance industry. So he's been on both sides very knowledgeable. And without further ado, I want to introduce Carlos Correa from Ringy. Carlos?
Thank you for that introduction, and hello to everyone. I may have met some of you in previous expos that Levinson has held, but if not, nice to meet you all. Yeah, so my name is Carlos Correa. I'm actually now the Chief Operating Officer of Ringy. Been here since 2018, and prior to that, I sold both life and health. So I do know the power of having some sort of tool in your arsenal. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm here to do today. Now, for time's sake, I'm going to give you a high level overview of Ringy quickly, just to kind of give you a snapshot of what it is. If you ever want to do a actual demo where you get full attention and somebody's walking you through it, you could always schedule one with one of our senior account executives, and they'll give you, the handheld approach to the actual demo. It probably takes about 45 minutes, an hour to get you everything you need. So for now, I'll kind of give you an overview of what it is for those of you that have never seen it before. And then I'll go over some of the new features that we've launched over the past couple of months. We've been really busy, head down, just trying to appease all of our clients. And that's kind of how Ringy started. So I was one of the original pilot users when there was about 20 users on Ringy as a leader. I had a team under me and all that. And I got close with Bradley, our CEO, because I would basically speak to him on a daily basis and give him my feedback, features that were needed or things that we needed, capabilities in order to excel within this platform. And that's still how we operate to this day. So some of you may not be tech savvy, some of you may be. But if there's something that you think the software is missing, or if there's something that you just don't even know if it's possible to do, but want to share it with us, you can always provide feedback within the Ringy platform itself. I believe if you go to support, yeah, go right here to feedback. This doesn't just go into an inbox. This actually will go into a Slack channel that is open all day long. I read these myself all day long. I see them come in, I get an alert, and then we talk about it. We discuss it with the development team. So a lot of companies will have this feedback and people think nobody reads them. Maybe true for some companies, but we actually read every single request that comes in. That's how the platform has grown. We don't know the health insurance space, the life insurance space, annuity space like you guys do. So if there's something that you need or want, please don't be shy. Submit that here and we will read it. And if we think that's a good one or we have some more questions, we'll actually reach out to you personally and say, hey, we saw your feedback and we want to go over this feature with you. How do you envision this working? How do you want it to work? So that's kind of what the persona we've always had and will remain that way, because no one's going to know the software better or how it should work than our clients themselves, right? So Ringy, let's jump straight into it. Now, we have roughly 4,000 users on Ringy as of last week. Out of all of those users, I can confidently tell you this, there is absolutely no client that I deal with, no matter how big of a company they're with, how big their team is, how long they've been on the platform, that receives the pricing that you guys do. Levinson does not get a kickback for this. To be completely frank, our profit margins for Levinson users are pretty low, but we're okay with that just because of the relationship we have with you guys. And we're not going to take that away from you guys. We even had a price increase last year and we still kept your guys' promo. So take advantage of that. There's no one else that receives this pricing. It's $49 a month for the first 6 months for Levinson agents. And in addition to that, if you complete this here, this is a demo account, by the way. So any data you see on this account, any numbers you see are not actual. That's just because it's a demo account. But if you complete these tasks here, everyone will get a week for free. But if you just complete these simple tasks, such as sync an account, set up a booking page, invite a friend, what you see here, it'll turn into a 21-day free trial. So we basically incentivize you to get familiar with the software, and in turn, we'll give you 3 weeks for free. After the 3 weeks are up, that's when, assuming you do all the steps, when that $49 a month discount, which we're normally 109, will be applied. And that's for the first 6 months. After that, it's 109 a month, just to be clear on that. But for those of you that have never seen this before, what is Ringy? Ringy obviously is a CRM, hence the name, Ringy CRM, but I like to think of it more of as a sales enablement tool. So in today's day and age, where a lot of you are licensed all over the country, you can reach clients at any time, any point, without having to leave your home, your car, your office, whatever it is. And the name of the game now, even I got into insurance in 2015, so almost 10 years ago. Now more than ever, speed to lead is the most important part of having a high closing rate. You can have the best leads in the world. You could be the best salesperson in the world. You can sell anything. But if you're not the first person to contact that lead, every contact that that lead receives after you, your chances just keep decreasing and decreasing as far as gaining that client. So speed to lead is the most important thing. Having speed to lead now in today's day and age without some sort of system in place is nearly impossible. The reason for that, a competitor of yours, another agent, is going to have some sort of system in place, right? So what Ringy does is it integrates with any lead vendor that you purchase leads from. You can upload CSV files, which is, for those of you that aren't savvy, it's basically just like an Excel type of file of leads you currently have, or if you do networking events or whatever it is, you can just create them manually. Once they go into the system automatically will send an initial message to that prospect. You can customize that any which way you want, put your name in there, and it picks up variable keywords. So again, I'm going to try to dumb this down a little bit. What that means is it's going to personalize every message that goes out to each individual lead to match their data, their state, their name, your name, and it personalizes the message. That way it doesn't look like it's a, some sort of computer that's just speaking to them or system that's speaking to them. When they respond to you, it comes directly to the platform. And we also have a mobile app. The mobile app is available for Apple and Android. There's no fee to use it. Just download it in the respective store. And now you can do it anywhere, on the golf course, if you're at dinner, whatever it is, and the messages will directly go to your phone, assuming you have that app. So that's basically the gist of the software, right? It's going to reach out to your leads as soon as they come in within milliseconds. Hence why I talked about speed to lead. Now, in a perfect world, every lead that you receive will respond to your first call or to the first message you send them. Again, perfect world, right? But that's not the world we live in. So what Ringy then will do is what's known as drip marketing, right? So this is where you'll set it all up. As you can see, there's a few of that we have set up in this account. This is a demo account. And you can see it says hi, hashtag first name. Anything that has a hashtag before it means that it's going to detect the data in that lead and personalize the message. So let's pretend I received Bill as a lead, right? So it'll say, hi, Bill, this is Carlos with Levinson. Thank you for requesting info about affordable insurance products. I'm your, whatever state that lead is in, licensed life insurance broker, right? This will go out right away. Now you can see there's 4 here. Ringy will alternate between these. It'll round robin through these so that not every single lead is receiving the same message every single time. Why is that important? Carriers are detecting spam messages, right? You probably have received some sort of political text, some sort of we buy junk cars or, sell us your property, whatever it is. They're typically not using a sophisticated system. They're basically just plugging in phone numbers and names and then mass blasting them. When you do that, one, it's borderline illegal, but two, when you do that, carriers now have systems in place to detect that. They will block those messages the second they get some sort of alert that it could potentially be spam. So we always recommend having multiple messages because now they're personalized. It's not the same exact one going out over and over again, right? So that's the first part of what Ringy will do. Now, the most valuable part of Ringy, in my opinion, is the constant contact, right? So as an agent myself back in the day, I would, before I had a system, I would receive a stack of leads, whether I bought them or they were given to me. I was very old school in my methodology. I would print them out and I would hand dial them, right? I would hand dial each one from my phone. I would then hand text each one individually. And that's basically what my process was, right? I worked 10-hour days. I wrote notes with a ballpoint pen on these printed leads. And after about a day or two, 3 days, I got more leads, right? What happens to all of those leads that I already purchased earlier in the week or that were given to me? For most people, they kind of just die. They build up in your email or however you have it set up in your spreadsheet, and you're never really going to call them again or text them again, right? Because you've got a new set of leads that you're going to reach out to. That's what a lot of people will do. You're basically just lighting money on fire at that point. Well, Ringy is going to still reach out to every single lead that you have inside of your system on a customized basis, right? So this is a demo account. You can sync with this account, have all of these settings, all of these drips. We have multiple accounts that you can sync with that automatically gives you all of these settings, basically plug and play, so that you're not sitting here setting all these messages up yourself and settings. You can if you're tech savvy and inclined to do so, but Ringy already has this built out for you, right? So I'm going to use this example, right? So let's say a lead comes in, they don't respond to that initial message. Well, after a day, after 3 days, 5 days, 7, 10, 15, 21, it's going to automatically send the message you see here to that lead without me doing anything. I don't even have to think. It's already scheduled. It's just going to send it out to them. The nice part about this is you're not letting leads die. You're constantly contacting them. Works the same way with email. So we have the same exact setup for email, as you can see here, right? But the nice thing about this is you're going to receive messages, right? People are going to reply, right? And I have my clients tell me that their last drip is always their most successful. Reasons for that: the client has had calls subside, right? Usually when a lead first comes out, it's getting blown up by a bunch of different agents. Well, once they receive that last message, things have kind of cooled down a little bit. And you're basically saying, should I close your file, right? You're letting them know, this is my last ditch effort. I've tried to help you. You haven't responded to me. Do you need insurance or not? And if they do, or they're interested and they respond to that last message, almost always can you guarantee you're going to close a policy, right? Because they're reaching out to you after you've sent them 6 or 7 text messages and they're letting you know, hey, yes, I'm sorry. I've just was inundated by all these calls and text messages. It turned me off. But yes, I definitely need a policy to protect my family, right? So that is really where the value of Ringy comes into play. The average human being cannot keep up with all of their leads on a daily basis, on a bi-daily basis. You have to have systems in place, right? It's a volume game, it's a numbers game. You have to constantly reach out to them. So that's the texting portion, right? That's the really important part of Ringy. Now, we also have calling capabilities, and I'm going to kind of run through this quickly now for time's sake. But instead of texting, maybe you like calling. Well, while your messages are going out, you can set up pipelines, which again, these are all set up for you. Let's say, for example, I marked a lead as interested, right? You have dispositions, which are just basically labels you put on your leads based off of what happened or your prospects. So I have let's pretend an imaginary list of 15 interested leads. Well, I can actually select start dialing. I could even select how many times I want to call each lead before it moves on to the next one. So some people like to call a lead twice or 3 times before they move on to the next lead, because a lot of people don't answer phone calls that they don't know, myself included, right? I'm a weirdo. If I have a call from a number I don't recognize, I don't pick it up and I Google the number, right? I do it every single time. I don't know why I do it, but I do it. And you're going to have that a lot. People are just like me, right? And they're going to see you call again. Usually if a number calls you twice, then you're going to pick it up, right? Because you're like, wait, this might be important. They've called me twice in a row or 3 times in a row. So that's why we have this setting. Once you do that, all you need to do is call the first lead and it automatically dials through this list, right? So if there's 50 leads in here, it's going to automatically call through them. As soon as the call before it ends or goes to voicemail, it moves on to the next one. So it's an efficiency dialer is what I call it. Makes it so you're not just sitting there pressing buttons, it does it for you. All right, so that's the calling portion. Now, a lot of you will use systems right now. You might have a dialer. Everybody's got different setups, right? So they might have a company dialer where your admin, your leader is pumping leads into their prospects on a daily basis, and you're on there with your headset on dialing all day, right? Well, we've had a lot of requests to have what's known as a lead scraper, right? Now, a lead scraper basically is this here. All you need to do is, this is a little more technical, so I don't want to get too technical on this call, but basically this is the way that you're going to integrate with whatever dialer you're currently using. Let's say you have some sort of dialer in place and you're using it. Well, you maybe get on the dialer, you get on a call with somebody and you talk to them, and they want to have an appointment with their wife at 7 o'clock that night, or their husband. You in the past would have to write that information down and manually submit it into Ringy. No big deal, right? Maybe it takes about 5-10 minutes to do. Well, now we made it so that if you're on some sort of dialing platform, you can go to the Chrome web store, download this extension, and it'll scrape the data from that dialer for you. Once you hit scrape right here, all you need to do is hit submit, and it automatically becomes a lead inside of Ringy. Right? So we had a lot of users that are using dialing platforms in conjunction with Ringy, and they were hand typing leads and putting them into their system. And they wanted to know if there was a way where they can just automatically import it. That's what the lead scraper is, right? Otherwise, you have to do this, where you just fill this all out and put it in there, right? So that is a new feature we just launched, and it makes it so they're just way more efficient, right? Now, the other thing that we launched that I think is a big deal, especially in the life insurance, annuity space, is going to be our producer page. So I'm going to take you there. All you need to do is go to account settings, go to producer page, okay? Super simple to set up. Now, this was something we wanted to launch for quite some time. And now that everything's kind of moved towards telesales, that's basically in every industry, no matter whether it's life, accounting, solar, whatever you're selling, everybody after COVID realized I can get way more clients if I expand nationwide via telesales. That's just what sales has transformed into. Now with telesales comes a lot of reluctant clients, right? You don't have the pleasure of being in front of a client anymore all the time, where you're sitting at their kitchen counter, or you meet them at Starbucks or whatever it is. It's a lot harder to do that now, and people are going to be a lot more reluctant to give you very sensitive information over the phone. I remember it all the time. It happened to me all the time. You spend half the call trying to convince them that you're a licensed agent, that you're a professional, that you're not going to steal their social security number and create a new identity. It happens all the time. That is a lot of research that I've done is one of the biggest hurdles that salespeople face today is gaining credibility with clients over the phone that they've never met before. That's not a referral. So what we did was we created a producer page. It's so easy to set up that I even had my 66-year-old mother try it out herself. I wanted to see how hard it would be for somebody to do. She did it on her own, and she still calls me and asks me to log her into Netflix because she forgets how to do it. So if she can do it, I'm pretty sure anybody can. So all you do is go to account settings, go to producer page, and it's really cool, right? So you see how it says life insurance, licensed and regulated producer. That's what the client will see on their browser tab. So I can change that if I really wanted to. Maybe I don't know. I love sales. Really corny, right? But just so you guys see, right? You can make your own personal subdomain. So maybe mine's Carlos Ringy, and that's what that's what the actual link is gonna be, and then a header title. So that's what you see right here. You can customize this completely, right? Now let me move this over a little bit. There we go. All right, page title. Let's just do ABC so I can move forward. Now you're gonna upload an image of yourself, right? So you would put some sort of headshot, right? So let me see if I can find a headshot. You know what? I'm just gonna put anything there for now. All right, now that'll be a headshot, a business card, whatever it is. Now you put in your occupation, right? So maybe life insurance agent. As you can see, it's showing me on the preview how it's actually going to look, right? I am here to help. Just doing this quickly for time's sake. Now, we've also included social media links that are optional. A lot of agents have become have created a very big social media footprint, which if you haven't, I highly recommend you do. It's just another avenue to gain prospects, clients. A lot of people are just creating TikToks and YouTube channels, are doing shorts on Facebook, which are just little, videos that are 10, 15 seconds, and they're just being informative, not even trying to sell anyone anything. This is going to gain you a following. Once you gain a following is when you gain referrals. When you gain referrals, you gain business, right? So I highly recommend you take advantage of this. Create a Facebook page. Twitter, I don't really care for it that much, but if you want to have a Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and TikTok, you put your personal links here, and it'll just create those little icons underneath your profile. It looks really professional. You'll see them added there. The user or the client can just click it and it'll take you to your page, right? So I'm going to move forward. Now, let's say you sell multiple products, right? Maybe you do mortgage protection, you do final expense, index universal life, affordable health insurance. It's actually, we already have this typed out for you where it gives a description of what that product is, right? So you're informative, you're creating credibility on your website, letting people read about products that you offer, that you sell, and you can put that on there. You move next. The most important part, in my opinion, is you put your national producer number. I don't have one offhand. I'm gonna just make one up and see if it lets me proceed. Here's the best part about this. Every license that you have, state license, you can select the states, right, that you're licensed in, right? It's gonna create a drop down for it. You select that. Let's just put this here just so it shows, right? Now, when the client is on your page, all they need to do is click the state and it's going to give them the actual image of your state license, right? So it'll pop up on their screen and there'll even be a link that takes them to that state's prospective site where they can cross-check the image to make sure that you actually are an agent, right? So every state has their own insurance site. You can go there, type in the license number, the agent's name, and it'll tell you if their license is active or not. And this is massive for credibility when you're on the phone, because at least this person you're speaking to, maybe you're in Florida and this client's in Texas, now they know, okay, I'm talking to Bill Levinson. He's actually an agent. He's not in, overseas and trying to get my information to steal my identity, which a lot of people are scared about, especially now. So then you move forward. Now, two things I want to mention. On this producer page, products offered. If there is something on this dropdown that you want to show, but it's not listed, go to that feedback page, message me personally. My email is Carlos, CARLOS, @RINGY.com. And let me know a product that you want to display on your page, and I'll have it added for you. That goes for carriers as well. So if there's a carrier you want to display that is not on this list, we just put them on here as people ask us to, right? So if you have a carrier you want to promote, you want people to know that you deal with, and you don't see it here, again, email me, leave it in the feedback channel. We'll add it within 24 hours. Basically, it just puts the company's logo, makes it look really official, as you can see, right? You go to next, it gives you a preview of your page, what it looks like, right? Once you do this, we made it really simple. Hit next selection. Our support team gets a notification. We just want to make sure that people aren't using inappropriate images. You'd be surprised, things like that. And we just want to make sure that it's legit. And once they check it, which they'll do a quick scan, they'll accept it and it becomes active. You can now share this URL on all your social media accounts. You can add it to your email signature. And what I have a lot of clients doing is they're on the phone with whoever it may be or via text, and they'll say, here, here's my website, go to it, check it out. All my licenses are on there, right? If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Now, in addition to that, we have a booking page that I'm going to show you, and I'll probably wrap it up there for time's sake. But if you create your free booking page within Ringy, once you create this page, if they click book a call, it drives them to your booking page, which is located right here. So it'll drive them directly to your booking page once they click book a call, and they select based off of your schedule that you will create in this page, an appointment. Once they create the appointment, they get notifications, they get email notifications, and they appear here on your dashboard. So I have clients of mine who tell me all the time, my favorite part about Ringy is when I send somebody my producer page or my booking page, half the time I don't even speak to them. They just book an appointment and it shows up on my dashboard. There's no better feeling than that, right? You didn't even have to speak to them at all. A lot of people just don't want to be bothered, right? They just want to know how they can speak to someone at their convenience, right? So once you create that booking page, you'll be able to select your calendar, select your schedule, excuse me. So maybe you pick up the kids from school every day between 3 and 4. You don't want to be able to be booked at that time, but then you start working again at 5. You can set this up yourself, right? Same thing as the producer page. You can create your own URL, add a headshot, picture of you and your family, picture of your dog, business card, whatever you want. Set this page up and they'll be booking without you speaking to them. A lot of people will add this in their drip messages that I showed you at first, where they'll create a booking page, add it to a drip. And if you have a client who's actually interested, they'll set an appointment. And it happens a lot. It happens quite a bit. So definitely utilize this. Now, everything else that we have released or launched over the past few weeks can get pretty technical. I don't want to overlook that, but I recommend everybody going to your support page, going to training, and watch these videos. This will give you a much more detailed description of everything that's on Ringy, how to use it, how to set it up, what does it do. They're voice instructed videos, and there's basically one for every page on Ringy. So if you guys decide to jump on the platform, if you don't have time to do a demo, just go through the training videos. We also have a knowledge base, and that's basically where you can type in a question, and there's most likely an article that describes and instructs you on what you're asking for the most part. All right, so there's a lot of resources to get acclimated with Ringy. We also have a full-blown support team. We don't outsource. All of our support agents are employed by Ringy. Every single one of them, they're all W-2'd. We don't use subcontractors overseas. Every one of our users are trained by Ringy staff. They're all in the United States. And we have support available from 9 to 6 p.m. Eastern. Every now and then, like probably until February, we have support on Saturday in the morning from like 9 to 12. So you can actually call in and speak to someone if you ever have any issues, hiccups, whatever it is. And our support team is amazing. Always get really, really good scorecards from clients, after they speak to them. So if you ever have any questions, we're not the software that tells you to sign up and figure it out on your own. We'll definitely be here to hold hands. We do team training. So if you have a team of 4, a team of 40, a team of 300, we do trainings regularly. You just let us know. We'll put them on your calendar, and we'll gladly spend time showing you guys how to use the platform and get acclimated with it. So other than that, I think I will probably wrap it up there, just because there is so much I can go into that I don't think time permits. But please reach out to us so that we can go over anything you want, give you a full-blown demo. But that is Ringy as much as I could give you in about a 30-minute spiel. I look forward to seeing everybody in April. If in the meantime, if you have any questions, like I said, carlos@ringy.com is my email. Feel free to reach out to me. I always respond to everyone within a few hours. So feel free to reach out. I will give it back to you guys. And thanks for checking out Ringy. And I look forward to meeting everybody soon.
Awesome, Carlos. Thank you so much. And yes, you'll definitely see Carlos and I'm sure Bradley at the expo face to face. So you can get a chance to shake his hand, ask questions, whatever it is. But make sure again you're registered. That was great. Let's switch gears for a second. I want to make sure that we get everyone out on time at 3 o'clock Eastern. So, and we'll have our giveaway right before we hang up. So make sure you're paying attention. Make sure you're on another 9 minutes. So to get started, we spoke about the pricing, the 3 week free trial. So that's a 55% discount that Carlos mentioned, and then I mentioned earlier. You have to be an active agent with Levinson. Okay. And what does that mean? As long as you have an active appointment, there's no charge for that. It's 100% complimentary. So as long as you're active, you're in. If you have basic questions and you want to know what does Levinson offer that you can use on the Ringy platform to get the word out for drips, flyers, whatever it is. We even have voice scripts. Reach out to JC. He's a great point of contact, and he dedicates literally 95% of his day to Insure Me Now Direct, Ringy, and the different marketing platforms that we offer here at Levinson. So say hello or shoot him an email and say hello, introduce yourself, and then fire away. Okay, we're going to send out the thank you email tonight, and all of this will be included. Let's jump in real fast. What I want to talk about, and these are important things because like I said earlier, it doesn't matter your age or if you're super tech savvy or not so much, or maybe you have your granddaughter, niece, nephew helping you out with your admin platform. Okay, maybe you're the one on the phones and you do the face to face, and your niece or nephew helps you out, or an admin assistant. And what's important, if we go to the next slide here, is once you set up all of the pieces, almost like a puzzle, okay? And I know Carlos mentioned this, they'll take it as deep as you want or keep it very shallow in black and white. But once you're comfortable, okay, or once your assistant is comfortable and your platform is set up, at that point, if we can go to the next slide, JC, at that point, it's just a matter of getting more prospects, clients, neighbors, network, anyone into your funnel, into the sales funnel, right? If they're an existing client, oh, I need a critical illness policy. Boom, bingo, right? Maybe you didn't even speak to them on the phone. It was done through text or email. Okay, if it's a new prospect, right, and they're talking about long-term care insurance at the country club, and you send out a mass text through Ringy, okay, or have an email campaign talking about long-term care insurance November, whatever it is, okay, and then bingo, you get a reply email, hey, I need a quote, okay. What I think you need to realize is fill this funnel up with as many people as possible, spread your message, okay, and literally, it's a matter of time. It's a numbers game. As long as you're meeting these consumers where they want to be met, and that's what Ringy does and our other platforms, okay, then bingo, the rest is history. And you don't have to be a tech wizard, okay? Get the basics set up, okay? You, the salesperson, concentrate on filling that funnel with as many names, emails, and phone numbers as possible, and start firing away. Okay. And that's it. Okay. So in other words, you focus on the day to day, your assistant, or maybe you do both. That's okay too. Your assistant handles the back office, and you're off to the races. And I know you could do it because I've seen agents, younger, older, that are using the system. This has changed their business, changed their life. I got an email while we were just speaking, an agent in California that I know very well. In fact, he was on our podcast. He said, Bill, I'm in a meeting right now. I can't make the webinar. Make sure you send me the link as soon as you're done. He's using this today, and he wants to see what new updates were just added. But this changed the way he does business. So I know it works. Proof is in the pudding. You just got to get set up and started from the beginning, okay, which we're here to help, and Carlos is there to help. And then I promise you, okay, I'm 99% sure that you're going to love the results, okay, because it's working for us. And I couldn't say that if I wasn't using the platform, right? Levinson and Associates, but I am saying it because we are using the platform and the performance speaks for itself. Okay. Okay. On the right-hand side, this is important. Driving attendance, driving eyeballs, attention to your platform. Okay. You need a home base, your website, Insure Me Now Direct. Okay. If you're using Snoozy for the social media marketing part, great. But once you get that person to your home base, that's your website, that's Insure Me Now Direct, they want to run a quote, they don't even want to speak to you or see you, that's okay. Oh, everything here, everything that you're looking at is 100% direct to consumer, instant decision. Okay, that's our Insure Me Now Direct. Listen to this. This is important. On the bottom, legal in general, Banner Life, most competitive term product out there. Okay, there's two versions. We have the most competitive term product available, up to 2 million, instant decision. And I heard from a little birdie, 4 million is going to be the max for 2025. Okay, didn't hear it from me, even though I'm on record saying it. And on the right hand side, look, things are getting bigger and better because technology is getting better for underwriting departments and carriers. Check this out. Assurity on the same platform. Okay, they were at 1,000. In fact, there we go. Perfect. Okay. Short-term DI, they were at 1,000. Now, 1,500 a week, 6,000 per month is the max for short-term DI. Self-employed was 600. Now 1,000 a week. That's 4,000 max per month. Okay. That's all direct to consumer instant decision. Okay. That's a big deal. Guaranteed issue, final expense, all on the platform, and they all come with a free scholarship. Let's keep moving forward. Okay, what I want to do next, real fast, is talk about driving traffic, how to get your text line to light up, how to get your phone, your email inbox to light up. Okay, we have two platforms that work awesome. Revenue Accelerator, okay, is one. And think about this for a second. You have this database, right, that's sitting there. If you're a health agent, P&C agent, what this is a series of drips, of emails, of texts, of voice scripts, okay, that's going to run for a month or two or three. And again, it's hitting that consumer. Even if they don't remember who you are, they don't even remember your name, okay, you're going to hit them from every angle. First, we're going to talk about mortgage protection, then final expense and burial, then heart attack, cancer, stroke, critical illness, then guaranteed issue accident, right? Until the consumer says, boom, I want a quote or set an appointment. Boom, you just got a new sale out of something you put zero effort into. Okay, so you got to start thinking like this. You got to utilize the latest technology. Let's keep moving forward. Okay, what I want to talk about next is a new quoter that's on Insure Me Now Direct. It's free. So remember before, let's say you used the platform or your consumer did, whatever. If you both used it, doesn't matter. If you went in, ran a quote, that was all the instant decision direct to consumer products and quotes. Now, as soon as you or your client or both go in, put in the basic information about the consumer to run the quote, now you have a choice. You can click on the left side, which is traditional underwriting, which brings up all of our super competitive carriers and products. Okay, so you can go either way. And if you go to the left side, traditional, obviously that's the most competitive products. And then the client says, wow, protective life at $22 a month. This is great. I want in. Okay. Then we have a lead capture form or drop ticket form that pops up and it's sent to you, the agent, in real time. This is all built in Insure Me Now Direct. Now, okay, we just added this and it's free. So you can turn it on, turn it off, totally up to you. You control it. This entire platform is 100% complimentary. Okay, and JC can get you going. Let's keep moving forward. I'm going to move fast because I know we're almost out of time. The Pro Plan. So everything we spoke about is 100% complimentary. If you want the Insure Me Now Direct on steroids and you want to start running Google ads and paid ads and search engine optimization, right, SEO, and driving a ton of traffic and investing in the platform, we have a pro version available as well that has all the analytics. I mean, that's just like a WordPress professional website. You can add in your health insurance or P&C, but it's a very cool option that will save you thousands if you're interested. Okay, next slide is our social media tip of the month, and it talks about how to leverage hashtags in everything you do. And I'll just make one little suggestion, especially moving into the new year. You got to start thinking about, and even if you aren't comfortable with this, YouTube videos, reels, highlight reels are great, but you got to start getting the word out to the masses. Okay. And even if You've never done this before. Have your spouse hold up your iPhone tonight at the kitchen table. Talk about IUL. Talk about final expense, burial, white zone, whatever. Okay, but put together a 2-minute video. That's my challenge. Put it out there. See what happens. If you get 10 people that liked it, great. It's 10 more people that you didn't have yesterday. Okay, these are some example social media posts. And I think what you're going to notice here with the next slide, this is all very simple, common sense, black and white. Okay, very easy for the consumer to understand. And that's what makes them tick. Check out the likes, comments, and shares on the bottom. That's over 1,000 people like this. Okay, almost 1,000 shared this post. Guess what? That's your picture in the top left with your company name. You know what's going to happen after this. But you got to start thinking like this. Okay, 2 slides left. We'll put a bow on this. The Bill Levinson Experience podcast, what we did is we took the most streamed and liked episodes of the year and built this flyer that you're looking at in front of you. These are 4 hours, 4 episodes, great training, obviously complimentary, but I want you to check them out. I want to hear your feedback. That we will include all of this in the thank you email. And then right before we have our giveaway, this is our training calendar. This is everything that's coming around the corner on our live weekly webinars. Okay, we'll also include this in the thank you email. And then we'll move to my final slide question of the day and my Positive Tuesday quote, which, by the way, you should be doing the same thing, getting the word out every week. I don't care. Call it accidental death Wednesday, critical illness Monday. Okay, you should have a cute little quote tied somehow to insurance. Okay, just to make sure that Johnny, the insurance superstar, right, is in Texas, Georgia, and Florida. Everyone knows Johnny, or Shirley, who focuses in retirement planning. She's a financial advisor. Everyone knows Shirley, and that's the guru, and they're going to go to her when the time comes up. Okay, that's how you got to look at this. My quote: be stubborn on your vision and flexible on your path. Just get there. Okay, stay laser focused. Never get off the path. Okay, if it gets a little challenging, that's okay. You're going to get there. It might take a little longer. Just don't ever lose the vision. My question of the day, we spoke about the Ringy co-op discounted price. Whoever answers first wins. JC is going to tell me who answers first incorrectly. The big question is, tell me, on the Ringy free trial, how long does that run? The maximum free trial, and what's the discount? What's the percentage off for Levinson agents? Okay, for the first 6 months. So you got to tell me how long is the maximum free trial, and then what is the percentage for the discount that you receive on the Ringy platform? Okay, 2-part answer. You tell me first, you win. JC is going to tell us who was first and who was correct. JC?
We got a winner, Bill.
Okay. Who was it?
Terumi N.
Terumi, congratulations. The answer is up to 3 weeks free trial. Carlos went over that with you. And then 55% off for the first 6 months. By the way, everyone's a winner. Go on the Levinson Facebook page. Go on the Google reviews page, either or. Leave a comment or review. We send you the IUL prospecting book as long as you're an active Levinson agent. Let's have a great day, great rest of the week, great selling. We'll see you next week. We have Kansas City Life. They're rolling out a brand new product, and they have the #1 return of premium term product today. Okay, still standing strong. So make sure you're on that webinar next week. Take care. Great selling. Thank you again, everyone.